Hey everyone, it's Kaylee here, and today I'm sharing a layout and process video for Aardvark Gifts and Crafts, and I'm using the Hearth and Home collection by Simple Stories. I've now made a few layouts with this collection, and I feel like I'm kind of finding my feet with it a little bit. So what I decided to do for this page is I decided to pull out a different pattern paper from the 12 by 12s, one I hadn't used yet. And it's this gorgeous black with kind of some floral bits on top. And I thought I'd use a nice big section of this pattern paper. Now the photo that I'm scrapbooking today is one of my older cat, Pippa. And this, I just thought this was a really cute photo of her. The lighting isn't brilliant in the photo because it was taken in the evening and we had just a lamp on. So it's kind of got that orangey, reddish glow to it. But it is a really nice photo of my cat Pippa. And you can just see how she's kind of got that content look about her. She's got nice big round eyes, and you can really see all her markings and features on her face, which I thought was really pretty. And you can also see her very big ears. Now, my cat Pippa is very small. She's kind of more kitten size than full grown adult cat size. But she does have quite big ears, and I just think this is so adorable about her. She's always had these kind of ears that are too big for her little head. But she is such a pretty cat, and she is so loving with people that she loves, mainly me because I'm mummy. She's very loving with me. And now the children are growing up, she's become a little bit more loving towards to them as well, and my husband too. But she's definitely, I'm her person for sure. So I've got this really cute photo of Pippa, and it was taken on an evening, and we were sat in bed, and Pippa always likes to come and have a snuggle with me in an evening when I'm sat in bed, and it's kind of like her time when there's no children around, and it's like she gets mummy all to herself. So we always have a snuggle every night. I have pulled in a different pattern paper as well. I wanted to use some of the kind of black and white floral pattern on the opposite side of the paper that I fussy cut the flowers from. So I decided to use just a small strip of that on this this layout. I am kind of hoarding it a little bit. I could fussy cut out more of the florals, but at this point I'm not too sure, and I kind of like both sides, so it's really, really hard. I've pulled out some of the yellow florals that I fussy cut for a previous layout, and I've took those in around my photo and put one at the bottom of the pattern paper as well, because I want to build up a cluster at the bottom, a cluster at the top around my photo, and that's kind of how I wanted this layout to go. So I have filtered through my die cuts and pulled out a few things that I wanted to use. I'm also looking at the sticker sheet. I really like the phrase on this sticker, but it's in a tag shape. So I cut that down so that I could use the phrase without the tag shape. And I'm just looking through now to see if there's any wordy bits that I could possibly include on this page as well. And I'm trying my best not to bring in too much yellow. I do need to bring in some of the other colours in this collection. There is some beautiful colours in this collection, lovely warm tones. It does have a bit of an autumn feel, even though this layout isn't an autumn layout. And I definitely feel like you can get more than just kind of autumny feel layouts with this. I think you can get some, document anything with it really. Indoor, outdoor photos. I'm using it for some photos of my pets because the colouring matches really well. So I'm definitely going to be documenting lots of photos of my cats because they're both tortoiseshell in colour, and I think the colours in this collection definitely works for the colour of their fur. I'm going to bring in one of the cut apart tags. I love these in the Simple Stories collections. And I think every time I've had a Simple Stories collection, I've definitely used all of these cut apart tags up because they're just the perfect way to add more pattern paper to your page without having to add another strip or a large piece of pattern paper. You can just add that little pop of a tag sticking out behind your clusters and things, and it just adds another pop of pattern. I decided to pick this tag with the same pattern that's on the black and white florals, because it just brings that somewhere else on the page as well and ties it all in together. I have tucked in one of the chipboard frames behind my photo. This is how I find the best way to use frames, is kind of tucking them in and using them as layering pieces. Looking at the form titles for this page, I wasn't sure if I was going to include a title or not. And I don't actually use one of the titles, but I am going to use one of the houses, and that's going to be my title for this page instead. But I do try out a few of the other pieces first before I settle for the house. So I tried the word together, I tried the word love, and I just felt like it didn't really need anything big like that. I like the idea of having these two main clusters, one being the photo cluster and then being a smaller cluster at the bottom. So I do switch that out, and I won't use one of those title pieces instead. I really do like these titles for this collection. I've found with previous Simple Stories collections, they've been quite big pieces and I've struggled to use them, but this one has lots of smaller pieces as well. And I think it's much more usable on scrapbook layouts, especially for me who scraps in a smaller size. So I'm just playing with the cluster at the bottom now and kind of deciding what I want to bring in down here. I have pulled in that house. I have got one of those florals down there, and I'm also going to bring in some word phrase stickers as well to add down there, just ones that I think will work with this page. I include the word love you, you and me, because obviously it's just me and Pippa in an evening, and stay a while, which I felt like was quite fitting for the story behind this photograph. So I am going to start sticking things down now and start committing to some pieces. I tend to lay everything out first before actually committing to anything on a page. And I just find this makes it easier for changing my mind and switching things out. So I've skipped forward now. I didn't make you watch me stick all those pieces down after watching me lay them all out. And everything is now stuck down and in place. I did have to use some foam behind my photo just to bring it up to the same level as the frame. I'm going to add in a few little bits, sprinkly bits around the page. I've included some of the hearts from the sticker sheet, and I'm also going to add a small fussy cut floral to the house just to bring some more of that kind of rusty reddish colour down to the bottom. And I'm also going to bring in one of the chipboard florals as well to add onto the tag, just to kind of finish off the cluster around there. And then to finish off this page completely, I'm going to bring in some of my Jen Hadfield Gold Mist from my stash and just sprinkle that around my clusters. And Darcy was very fascinated with my gold mist, and she was telling me where I needed to sprinkle it on my page. So this is the finished layout. Please do check out Aardvark Gifts and Crafts. I've linked that below. She's got lots of new collections in, and you'll be able to get your hands on this collection as well. Thank you for watching. I shall be back again next week with another layout for Aardvark Gifts and Crafts.